Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Start U of G session on course selection. My name is Jenny, and I use she and her pronouns, and I'm part of the START team who is helping you prepare during the summer for starting at U of G in fall 2023. I'm really excited to be here with all of you and our wonderful campus partners who are going to help us navigate some of the tips and tricks to course selection. But before we get started, I would like to begin with a land acknowledgement. So it is with great respect that the START team acknowledges that the University of Guelph resides on the treaty territories and the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe people and the treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this home is a gathering place to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and it is important to acknowledge them to remind us of our relationships to this land where we all learn and grow. And as a new Griffin, it's incredibly important to understand the importance of land acknowledgements and why we do them. So here at the University of Guelph, we have a wonderful land acknowledgement website with a beautiful video created in partnership with community and one of our wonderful students. So we'll post that link in the chat there for you and encourage you to go and check that out. But today we're going to show you all how to register for your first set of courses. We will have a few campus partners from Enrolment Services and the Undergraduate Academic Information Center join us to show you how to register for courses. So feel free to post your questions in the Q&A chat box as we move throughout the session, and we'll have people here to help you and support you get your questions answered. Justin, you'll hear from our wonderful partners, Justin from Enrolment Services and Sherry from the UAIC, to help you with your first major step in your academic journey, selecting for courses. So today we're going to cover the registration guide for new students. We are going to cover the Undergraduate Academic Information Center, or the UAIC. We're going to review how to use the WebAdvisor tool, some frequently asked questions, and program counselor information. Please note that you folks are able to start selecting courses if you have no credits on June 28th and 29th. So June 28th is the course selection date if you're in the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Communications, or Bachelor of Commerce, or the Academic Transition Program. Students in all other programs can start selecting their courses on June 29th. Course selection will continue all the way until September 15th, but we recommend that you pick your courses before July 9th, because you may find that your desired or required course selections are full after July. And as a reminder, or maybe as a side note, you will not be selecting your winter courses until November. If you are a student who is a transfer student and you were granted transfer credits upon admission, you may be able to select your courses earlier depending on the number of credits you were granted. So if you are a transfer student, please be sure to check the course selection website windows that we will post in the chat. That link was also sent to your U of G email and is on the front page of the registration guide for new students. So we'll post that in the chat now. So now we're going to play a quick video all about the registration guide for new students. And this is a step-by-step guide for selecting courses for your fall semester. So the registration guide includes the details for your first semester and selecting courses. It also talks about finding resources, exploring financial aid options, and paying your fees. So let's watch this quick video.
As a new student to U of G, the registration guide for new students is for you. The registration guide for new students is your step-by-step guide for selecting your fall semester courses. When you first open the page, you'll see that there are just 3 steps. 1, find your program. 2, log into WebAdvisor. And 3, plan and register for courses. I'll show you an example of how this guide works. Let's pretend we are in the Bachelor of Commerce program. You'll see when you click on your program in the Program Information tab and select your major, there's information about which courses you need to take in your first semester. The registration guide for new students is meant to be extremely helpful when registering for courses for the first time. In future semesters, you'll use the academic calendar to help determine what courses to take. You can also use the My Academic Progress page on WebAdvisor. More details on that later. For some programs, you have electives as options. Electives are courses that you choose to take in addition to your required courses. The number of electives and types of courses that qualify as electives will depend on your program or specialization. Check your program-specific page to see if you have room for one of these courses in your schedule.
Wonderful. So we're going to talk quickly about the Undergraduate Academic Information Center, or the UAIC. If you folks have been on campus before, the Undergraduate Academic Information Center is located on the first level, right by the bus loop. So when you folks come to campus, you can enter into the University Center, and the UAIC is there to support you. It's got staff who are able to answer any questions that are academic related and are also able to direct you to different resources and locations on campus. And they're a central part of academic advising, and they provide general academic information to undergraduate students. So if you're having troubles navigating the WebAdvisor platform, they can help. If you have general questions about adding or dropping any classes, they can help as well. If you have questions specific to your actual degree program or your courses, such as what courses to take or what courses count as electives in your degree, that is when you're going to want to see your program counselor, but we'll go through that a little bit later. You can also access the Undergraduate Academic Information Center services online through the live chat option that they have on their website, which we'll post in the chat, as well as emails and by phone. And they have in-person service at the front desk during the academic year, so from September to April. And this really is the first point of contact for information about general questions regarding your academic journey here at the U of G and who to contact. We also have academic advisors, which we call program counselors here at the University of Guelph, who are able to talk a little bit more about your specific degree program, as well as faculty advisors. But Sherry will share more on that later. So our main tool at the University of Guelph for selecting courses is our WebAdvisor platform. So after you've checked your program-specific page in the registration guide for new students, it'll be time to select your courses on the WebAdvisor tool called Student Planning. So we'll watch a quick video about student planning here.
After you've checked your program-specific page on the registration guide for new students website, it's time to select your courses on WebAdvisor using an intuitive tool called Student Planning. Go to the WebAdvisor tutorial page on the registration guide for new students website for step-by-step instructions. First, we will show you how to find courses using the Student Planning tool. Since fall course offerings are already posted on WebAdvisor, which includes their meeting days and times, you can start building your potential fall schedule now. Please note that some courses will have multiple sections. What is a section exactly? If a course has a large number of students, it is not always possible for everyone to meet for a lecture or a lab all at the same time. The course would therefore be divided into smaller groups called sections, which would be scheduled for different time slots. Let's first watch the Finding Courses video.
Welcome to the Student Planning Informational Series for the University of Guelph, Ridgetown Campus, and University of Guelph-Humber. Student planning is a self-serve system available to all U of G, Ridgetown, and Guelph-Humber students who are actively enrolled in a program. It combines optional degree planning with intuitive course search tools and registration in a new, easy-to-navigate online environment. To assist both new and returning students, a series of training videos has been developed to help guide you through the most common features of student planning. In this video, we will discuss how to find courses using student planning.
To get started, go to WebAdvisor and click on the Access WebAdvisor button. Enter your central login username and password if you are not yet signed in. Then, select Course Catalog.
In the course catalog, the first thing you will notice is that there are two tabs, Subject Search and Advanced Search. Let's begin with the Subject Search tab. On the default tab of Subject Search, you can search for courses using common words. For example, if you're looking to enroll in a management course, you can simply type in management in the field next to search for a course subject. The subjects that match your keyword will populate as you type in real time. Click one of the subject results and all the courses for this subject will be populated. Note that colored dialog boxes will appear on certain courses to provide helpful information. This information can be to let you know that you have completed a course is in progress, or a course is planned. To narrow down your search results, you can use the filter options found on the left-hand side. You can search for courses taught by a specific professor, courses offered in a specific term, such as Fall 2021 or Winter 2022, specific course levels, such as first year or second year, and more. By selecting any of the filters, the results will automatically update to reflect your request. If you wish to search for courses directly using the course code or certain filters, you can use the Advanced Search tab. In this tab, you have many search criteria options to narrow down your search. As an example, we will search for a course with the code MGMT1000 in the term Fall 2021. Select Catalog Listing under Results View and click the Search button. You will receive results in the same format as the Subject Search tab, but the filters are already applied. Again, the filter options are available on the left-hand side and you can further refine or revise your search. Alternatively, if you select Section Listing under Results View in the Advanced Search, the search results will be laid out in a different format that makes it easy to compare details about the course section, including seat availability, meeting times, and instructors. Now that you know how to find a course using either the Subject Search or the Advanced Search options, we can look at adding a desired course. There are two ways you can add a course. You can add it to your plan or directly to your schedule if course offerings for the semester have been posted. Course offerings for the semester are usually posted about 2 weeks before the course enrollment period. Let's begin by looking at how to add a course to your plan. Once you have found the course that you are interested in, click the Add Course to Plan button. A confirmation message will immediately pop up towards the top right notifications. To add a course to your planned schedule, find a course that you are interested in. Once you have found that course, click the drop-down menu entitled View Available Sections. Here you can browse the available sections. Once you have found the section that you would like, click on the Add Section to Schedule button towards the top right-hand corner. Another way to add sections directly to your schedule is through the Section Listing view in the Advanced Search. In your search results, click on the Add button in the first column of the table for the course section you would like to add to your schedule. Review the details in the pop-up window and then click on Add Section. The planned status column will now show as planned for that section. Whether you added a course to your plan or to your schedule, These changes will be reflected in the Plan and Schedule section. In the next video, we will show you how to register for the courses you have selected. We hope that you are now familiar with how to search for courses using student planning.
Once course selection begins in late June, you can register for the course sections you picked. Let's see how.
In this video, we will cover how to register for courses using student planning. For information about when you can register for courses, visit your campus's course selection webpage.
To get started, go to WebAdvisor and click on the Access WebAdvisor button. Enter your central login username and password if you are not yet signed in. Expand the menu on the left-hand side and select Academics. Under Student Planning, click on Plan, Schedule, Register, and Drop.
This brings you to the Plan and Schedule page. By default, this will load the current plan and course registration of the current semester. To view and register for another term, please use the navigation arrows to navigate to the desired term. For this example, we wish to register for courses for the upcoming fall 2021 semester. To register for a course or section must have already been added to the term plan. If this has not already been done, you can use the convenient search option towards the top right. Please refer to the video Finding Courses. Once the course or section has been added to your term plan, you can register for the course. There are two ways to do this. 1. Register by an individual course at a time, or 2. Register for all courses at once. First, we will look at how to register for a single course. To do this, you must find the individual course section that fits your schedule. All course sections of a planned course will show as yellow in the timetable. This includes their lecture, lab, and seminar times. In the panel on the left, you can view details about the available sections, such as the number of seats available, times, location, instructor, etc., by clicking and expanding the View Other sections on the course of interest. Note that hovering over a specific section will make that section bold in the timetable on the right. The timetable is useful for determining whether multiple courses are scheduled for the same time. If the lecture, lab, or seminar of a course section overlaps with another, both courses will show as red in the timetable. You will also receive a warning message if you try to register for overlapping courses. If you are a Guelph campus student and you are making changes to your registration after the final exam schedule has been posted on WebAdvisor, you also need to make sure there is not a direct final exam conflict. The final exam schedule is usually posted about a month before the semester begins. Final exams will show on the timetable in blue. Please keep in mind that the timetable represents a single week and your final exams may be spread over multiple weeks. You may see overlap of exams that are actually taking place on separate weeks. To ensure that there is not a final exam conflict, click on the print button above the timetable for full exam details for your registered courses. To add a desired section to your timetable, click on the section. This will open the section details, and you may add the section by clicking the Add Section button towards the bottom right. The timetable to the right will be updated, and the status of adding the section will be displayed from the notifications. If there are any errors or issues with adding the course section, it will be displayed here. Now that the desired section has been added to your term plan, you can register for the course. To do so, click on the Register button for the course section. Again, the timetable to the right will be updated and the status message will be displayed in the notifications. You have registered for a course. The lecture for the registered course will now show in green, and if the course has a lab or seminar, it will show in purple. A distance education course without scheduled lectures, labs, or seminars will be noted below the timetable in green. You may prefer to plan and add all your sections at once before registering. This is recommended as it reduces time to add and remove registered courses that may cause a conflict. In such scenarios, you may find it useful to register for all your courses at once. You can register for all courses currently added to your term plan by clicking on the Register Now button towards the top right. You have now registered for all your term courses. Note that if any courses have an issue, for example, missing prerequisites or course conflicts, etc., an error message will be provided. You will still be registered in the remaining error-free courses. If you would like to remove a planned course from your schedule, click the X beside the course name in the left panel, and then click the Remove button in the pop-up window to confirm. We hope that you are now familiar with how to register for courses using student planning.
In this third video, we will show you how to change sections or drop courses.
In this video, we will cover how to drop a course or change sections using student planning.
To get started, go to WebAdvisor and click on the Access WebAdvisor button. Enter your central login username and password if you are not yet signed in. Expand the menu on the left-hand side and select Academics. Under Student Planning, click on Plan, Schedule, Register, and Drop.
This brings us to the Plan and Schedule page. By default, this will load the current plan and courses registered for the current semester. If the course you wish to remove is in the upcoming term, please use the navigation arrows to navigate to the desired term. For example, we wish to drop a course from the upcoming fall 2021 semester. Thus, we will use the navigation arrows to navigate to this term. Once you have navigated to the desired term, you will see all the courses that you have planned or are registered in. To drop a course, simply find the course you wish to drop and click the Drop button. The Register and Drop Sections window will open. You can also select other courses you wish to drop or add and register. Use the checkbox to select which courses to drop or add. Click the Update button to finalize the action. You have now successfully dropped the course. Note that doing so only removes the course from registration, but the course will remain in your term plan. To remove the course altogether, including from your plan, click on the X towards the top right of the course. Please note that you can only change sections during the course enrollment period. Before you can change the section of your course, you must first add the new section to your term plan. If you do not already have this added to your plan, navigate to the course. Click on the View Other Sections dropdown and click on the course section that you wish to add. Once the desired section is added, the steps for changing your section is very similar to dropping a course. First, find the course section for which you are currently registered. Once you have found the course, click the Drop button. This will open the Register and Drop Sections window. Select the course section you wish to drop. Select the replacement course section. Once this is complete, click the Update button to finalize the action and change your section. You have now successfully changed your course section. We hope that you are now familiar with how to drop courses and change sections using student planning. Watch our other student planning videos for more information about degree planning and course enrollment at the University of Guelph, Ridgetown campus, and University of Guelph-Humber. If you have any questions, visit your campus's student planning website. For Guelph and Ridgetown campuses, please visit uoguelph.ca/student planning. And for the Guelph-Humber campus, please visit guelphumber.ca/student planning.
We recommend that you also watch the My Progress and Creating a Plan videos on the Registration Guide for New Students website for information on how to track your academic progress and plan out your courses for your entire degree or diploma.
Wonderful. So I'm now going to invite
After you've
C up to come and speak about course selection for international students. C, take it away.
Yes. Thank you, Jenny. Hello, everybody. My name is Yi Liang. I use she and her as my pronouns, and I am the Global Pre-Arrival Support Advisor. And in here, I just want to use this platform to remind the international students that when you register for courses, you need to be mindful on a full-time status, because the full-time status will impact, if you are taking part-time courses, that may impact your work eligibilities while you are studying. And also, there may be a potential risk to for the post-graduation work permit eligibilities. You may want to learn a bit more on this, please feel free to send me an email on gpsadvisor@uoguelph.ca, or there is a barcode at the bottom, which will take you directed to the booking link. That's all from me. I'll hand it back to Jenny. I believe in the session later on, we'll give more information on what is considered as a full-time course load, right, Jenny? Yes, so I'll leave it to our colleague to further expand the definition of full-time status and part-time as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much, C, for that reminder. I'm now going to invite Sherry up, and she is going to answer some frequently asked questions that we receive from students regarding course selection. So Sherry, I can read you the questions as we get started.
Okay, go ahead.
Awesome. So just a reminder to folks, you can also post your questions in the chat, but we'll answer a few now. So Sherry, how many credits would a student need to take in a semester?
So normally a full-time semester is 2.5 credits, while some degree programs or majors have a semester academic load of 2.75 credits due to a 0.75 credit course. To graduate in the time laid out in the schedule of studies, for example, 8 full-time semesters over 4 academic years for a Bachelor of Arts honors degree with a major in sociology, you would need to adhere to this academic load. Sometimes students do reduce their academic load for academic reasons, like needing to drop a course, or for personal reasons, like needing to balance school with a part-time job. You choose the academic load that works for you, that supports your success. That said, you need to consider the possible impacts of a reduced academic load. These may include things like time to graduation, eligibility for OSAP funding, eligibility for scholarships and bursaries, and/or requirements for application to a future professional program. Please note that the overall cost of your education could be higher if you do not take a credit load outlined in your schedule of studies. As a result of a credit load of 2.0 credits and greater is full-time and shares the same cost, whether you take 2.0 credits or 2.50 credits. If you think you may want to pursue your degree on a part-time basis, you may wish to speak to your program counselor. You can link to that from the UAIC website to decide what courses need to be taken in what order, as not all courses are offered in every semester, and you need to ensure you have prerequisites for future courses. If you're an international student, and this is where we get back to what C was talking about, if you're interested in a reduced academic load as an international student, you really should speak to an international student advisor to determine what is best for your future if you're thinking of the long-term impact on the expedited permanent residency program. If you're a student registered with Student Accessibility Services, please speak to your SAS advisor about what's best for your success academically.
Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. So our next question is, what if I do not get into the courses I want to on June 28th or 29th?
So this is a good question. Some courses are popular and some sections and day and time offering information attached are more popular than others. Obviously, sometimes people like midday better than morning or night. Additionally, sometimes not all the spots for a course are opened up right away and are rolled out a little bit at a time. So some tips from upper year students include, when you browse courses and/or sections of courses, make sure to look at second choice and third choice options and note them. So if your first choice is full, you can pick the second or third choice option and then continue to watch for the others to have space. Select and registering your required courses first. So don't wait till you have all 5 lined up and working together to register. You can register for your required courses and then go back and look for electives that fit with them. Find elective options that work around the required courses you registered in, and check back throughout the summer. More spots and first choice sections that may fill in the beginning could become available later, as WebAdvisor is a live program.
Amazing. Thank you, Sherry. The next question we have, it's, will I get a spot in my mandatory courses?
So like I just said, WebAdvisor is a live system and available spots change as people alter their section choices. So when there's about 5,000 new students coming in and everybody's selecting at the same time, as they move theirs around, other choices might become available. So plan for 2 to 3 sections that work. Add a section that is available now and look for space later in your more preferred sections. If you do not get a spot in any section of a required but not elective course within a few days of your window opening, you may email your program counseling office for direction.
Wonderful. Our next question is, how do I declare a minor and what are the requirements?
So some honors degree programs allow the declaration of a secondary area of study that we will usually call a minor. There are no minors within the general degree programs. A minor normally consists of 5.0 credits in a specific area. There's a list of minors available at /admission.uaguelph.ca/minors. And the information about each will tell you if that minor is compatible with your degree program and or your declared major. If you wish to declare or discuss declaring a minor, speak to your program counselor.
Amazing. And then we have a final question here. To be in a course, do students have to register right away?
So you do need to complete both the plan and register steps in WebAdvisor to be registered in a course section. We recommend that you plan course sections in accordance with the registration guide for new students, the link of which was provided earlier, but maybe we can put that in the chat again. As soon as you have access to WebAdvisor, and then register in sections as soon as your course selection window opens. Sometimes when students do not act as early as they can, they find that their preferred sections and or required courses may fill faster. If a preferred section for a required course or for your academic program fills, register in another section and then keep checking to see if space opens in the first choice section. If all sections of a required course are full, again, and no additional spaces become available within the first few days of your course selection window opening, you can contact your program counselor and ask for their help. If an elective course is full, please choose a different elective course and watch for space to become available in the first choice. Maybe you could pick it up in the second semester as well.
Wonderful, Sherry. And now I'm going to pass it over to you to talk about program and faculty counselors.
So Jenny, I'm just going to share my screen here. Is that, I can do that? Yep. Okay. Sorry. So Jenny, can you see my screen with the Undergraduate Academic Information Center?
I cannot.
Okay.
You just want to show the website?
Yeah.
With the program counselor information?
Yeah.
I can share it for you.
Okay, so
there we go. Give us a second, folks. It is up for you.
Sure. Okay. So Jenny, can you hit just the UAIC button in the upper left corner there, please? Okay, so just quickly, this is the main UAIC website. I think we shared the link earlier. You can see that there's some information down below. And Jenny, if you scroll up there to the top, along the top, there's different information. There's resources for students, program counselor list, faculty advisor list, and deans and chairs list. So we're going to focus on, if you can just open the program counselor link. This will give you by degree program because your program counselor is linked to your degree program. So Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Commerce. And the names and the contact information of each of your program counselors is there. And then Jenny, if we can just go back up to the top and select the list for faculty advisors. And here you'll see that there's lists of degree programs because they're listed within the degree program by specialization. So maybe we can pick Bachelor of Arts. And you will see that by specialization, so when we look at things like anthropology, art history, business, anything that's a specialization in the Bachelor of Arts program is there listed with the contact information and the name of who the faculty advisor is for that. Okay, now I'm going to get you to go back up to the top, Jenny, and if you could just go back to resources for students and to academic advising. And this is all accessible by students online, so you can go back and read it as you wish, but this explains how academic advising works at Guelph. So there are kind of three parts other than the administrative part, which isn't really of interest to first year students maybe, but so there's the undergraduate academic information, which is your sort of one-stop shop of academic information, not necessarily advising, but there the UAIC can tell you what things mean, who to talk to, where to go, what things need to be done, what form you need to fill out, where you can find it. But it also here gives you a link to academic advisors. And if we can choose that, Jenny. And this shows you that there's a link here for, it tells you what program counselors and faculty advisors are. So program counselors have particular expertise in the degree program requirements, faculty advise, and typically they are professional staff. So that's what they do. That's their full-time job. They're connected to the degree program. It's more like a guidance counselor position that you're used to in the high school system, perhaps. And then faculty advisors are actually, for the most part, faculty. So full-time faculty that also teach in the departments linked to a discipline. So like sociology, anthropology, biology, those specializations, and they are faculty in those departments. So they have particular expertise in the major, minor area of concentration that you have. So if you're looking for help along the lines of academic consideration, or if you want to know how many third-year courses you need in Bachelor of Arts, or if you need to know what the distribution requirement means in the Bachelor of Arts, things like that, you would go to your program counselor. If you want to know things about your specific to your major, so what can I do with this major long term? What kinds of experience might be helpful if I want to do something later on for a career? If I want to do graduate studies, say I'm a chemistry student and I want to do graduate studies, I might want to go talk to my faculty advisor as well for help specific to that discipline of what types of programs to look at, what are good schools to go to maybe for your a master's in the future, what types of experience can I get in labs on campus and things like that. So that's the differentiation. We have three different kind of levels in academic advising. So the Undergraduate Academic Information Center is the general component. So if you need general help, you don't, or maybe you don't know what your question is, that's where you can go and get those answers. And then program counselors linked to the degree program, faculty advisors linked to specializations. And so then there you can see on the screen with Jenny that we've sort of summarized that for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sherry. That is a great overview of all the different advising resources that we have at the University of Guelph. So that is the end of our formal session today. However, we will stay live in the chat to answer a few of the specific questions. I am noticing a couple of common questions that are coming up. So a few questions right now. Do we only need to register for fall semester courses, or do we register all together? So your course selection that's happening at the end of June is just for your fall courses. At the University of Guelph, course selection happens in 2 chunks. So in the summer, you'll register for your fall courses, and then in November, you'll register for your winter courses. Another question was about if this session will be recorded. So yes, this session is recorded, and it will be posted online on startufg.ca. So please allow for about 72 hours to be recorded. You'll also find, we'll send out a link to the recording in your weekly Start UFG emails that you get from myself and my team every Monday as well. Some other questions we're seeing. I don't know, Sherry, if you feel comfortable just answering quickly, but folks are saying that registration hasn't opened, but some of the sections in their schedule are already saying full. Do you have any advice on that, Sherry?
So while they may appear to be full, it's actually more likely that the actual spaces haven't been added to them yet. So they'll be closed. And what happens then is, so a lot of first year courses, or most first year courses, will actually have a hold on them or no spaces that are open in them until the first year course selection windows open at the end of the month. And that's to prevent upper year students from also taking some of those courses if they have an elective to pick up or something. So rest assured, nobody actually is course selecting at all on our campus until this coming Friday, when students going into their 4th year start. And then if you're a varsity athlete, you also get to pick in that slot. But rest assured, if it looks like there are no spaces available in your 1,000 level courses at this point, it's artificial. It's on our end. It's a way of managing who can access those courses and when. And so you'll see spaces become available in those courses when your course selection windows open towards the end of June.
Thanks, Sherry. We're seeing a lot of questions in the chat about what required courses to take for your degree program, as well as where to find that information. So that information is all posted on the registration guide for new students, which we have linked in the chat. But as well, just like Sherry said, if you are having challenges navigating that, you can also connect with your program counselor as well.
I'll just add that in addition to the registration guide for new students, you can navigate to the 23-24 undergraduate calendar. And in section 10 of that, it will give this full schedule of studies, and that's just a fancy word for list of required courses for each major within degree program. And so the registration guide for new student actually uses that information and gives you in easier terms, maybe, what you need to do to course select for that first semester. But if you want to back up to see what the bigger picture is, like what you'll be taking going forward as well, you can navigate to section 10 of the 2023 undergraduate calendar and go to your degree program area there, and you'll also see those requirements.
Thanks, Sherry. We also have some questions here about timing for when you can start selecting. So for new students with 0 credits, again, June 28th and 29th are for new student registration, and every time ticket opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. So as soon as your course selection window opens, it will open at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you were a transfer student and you've received some transfer credits upon your time of admission, you may be able to select courses earlier. So check out the course selection windows as well, which are posted in the chat. There's a question here, Sherry, and I'm hoping you can advise. Someone is asking, should I register for more than 2.5 credits during the fall semester?
So, without special permission, you cannot register for more than 2.5 unless your schedule of studies requires you to have 2.75. So some majors in engineering and things like that have a 2.75 credit weight. So prior to the last day of classes, you would need a signature from your program counselor to add more. On the last day of classes, students can add up to 1 extra course themselves without getting a signature as spaces available in classes. That being said, there's a lot of transition issues related to coming to university for the first time. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied today. And so the schedule of studies as it's laid out is what's recommended, the 2.5 credits. When you think about in the course selection part of the calendar, it estimates that a 0.5 credit course is 10 to 12 effort hours per week. That's the expectation. So if you're taking 5 of those, the expectation is based on 5, no more, you're taking 50 to 60 hours a week on those courses. That's between the lectures and the seminars or labs that you attend, and then work that you do independently. So yes, being a full-time student is like a full-time job, and it's a heavy full-time job. And so normally, especially in your first semester, we would not recommend that anybody takes more than the 2.5 credits scheduled in their schedule of studies.
Thanks, Sherry. We also have another question in the chat on how many classes a day would you recommend to have? So that question looks a bit different for everyone. As Sherry mentioned, some of your courses that you might be required to take through your program might have different time slots. So they might be offered, maybe one's offered in the morning, one's offered in the midday. And I would recommend thinking about what you personally are like. So if you like to wake up a little bit early and you want to get motivated, maybe you're going to select the earlier time slot. If you know that you are not a morning person, not an early bird, I would recommend as your first choice, picking the later time slot. That being said, it's good to have a couple of different backup schedules in case your first preference of time is full. And then some folks, depending on the electives and the times that your electives are offered and the times that your required courses are given, have a bit more freedom in how many classes a day they get to take. Sometimes some students just naturally have more classes on one day because of the time the programs are offered. But if you are able to kind of use your planning tool and kind of come up with a few different options before your course registration opens, it'll kind of give you an idea of what a potential schedule could look like. One thing to also note too, a big difference for those folks who may be coming right from high school, is that your day will not look the same each day. So a lot of students are used to coming, from high school where their day starts at 9 and ends at 3. Where at university, you might find it's more flexible day to day. So Monday, maybe you don't have a class that starts until the afternoon, and then you're going into the later evening. And then Tuesday, maybe you have an early morning class. So some students do find that there is more flexibility in the timing of classes. And you may also notice that there is larger gaps in between your classes. So you might have a class back to back with about a 10-minute buffer to get to your next class. But sometimes you might have a couple of hours of break in between your classes as well. So a lot of students will use this time to find a study spot on campus, get something to eat, or you can bring your own food, or maybe, get involved and go to a club event or something that's happening there. So there's a bit of variance in what your day may look like as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the session here. And we will welcome all the questions. We'll get to the ones in the chat, but we want to say thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, the session will be recorded and posted on the Start U of G website, but we do have ways that you can get into contact with the Start team. So if you have any questions at all, whether it be about course selection or any questions related to your first year, you're more than welcome to email start@uofguelph.ca. We can also connect you with some campus resources such as Sherry and the Undergraduate Information Center, Academic Information Center as well, to answer questions there. You can also take a look at our website, and also feel free, if you like to speak over the phone, to give someone a call as well. So we want to thank you all so much for joining us today. And if you do have questions, we encourage you to reach out. Our next Start U of G session is on July 4th at 10 a.m. at Eastern Standard Time, and we will be talking about different university resources. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you all later.